What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy Blue, and welcome to an early look at Train Sim World 3. And we're back in one of my favorite trains, the BR Class 395 Javelin, for a high-speed run from London St Pancras to Ashford International. So, let's get to work. I guess I didn't get the memo. I didn't bring my umbrella, but welcome to London St Pancras Station. I went ahead up the escalator as the driver of the 395 today. You ever wonder if public transportation drivers take public transportation? And I would have to say yes, because we are the driver today, and we're still taking public transportation to get here. I had to take the bus to get here. Our train is on platform 12, so that's ours right there. This is another one coming in just a little bit. But station looks pretty good, as it has in the past in Train Sim World 2. You still don't have access to this side of the terminal, sadly. You only have access to platform 11 through 13. So hopefully they'll be able to add some trains and give purpose to the other side. Here comes the train on the way in now. And look at the reflections off the wet platform. That looks really good, actually. And here is the Javelin just arriving. Now, one thing I'll notice is that the people have umbrellas with them, but they're not extended, and I'm assuming that is because we are underneath this covering. So we'll have to take a look later on when we get farther down the line if they actually extend them. So let's go ahead and head to the front of the train. Make sure we don't slip and fall. It is wet out here. You can actually hear my feet on the wet ground. I think that's not new, though. I believe that was something that was done before. We're going to head up to the front. Our service leaves at 8:10. That is in 3 minutes. So we're expecting an on-time departure from here, from London St Pancras up to Ashford. Looking forward to seeing some of the new... Oh, lightning. Oh. That is definitely new. That's new. Lightning is new to Train Sim World 3. Look at this, too. I like this. I don't know that this was in Train Sim World 2. This advertisement here, which is pretty cool. Back Medway, UK City of Culture 2025 bid. Pretty sweet. So we get our normal one. Hop inside the door. And we'll close that there. Hop into the seats. And yes, we'll take over this service. Thank you very much. So just a few minutes until it's time to go. We'll go ahead and get the train set up and ready, though, while we wait. So, master key on. And then forward, reverse or neutral. Silence the AWS resets. There we go. And today, as I like to do, it's just much more fun to do it this way, is set up the safety systems. Safety systems are a bit more forgiving in this train versus the some of the German safety systems, I feel. There we go, reset that. But it still makes it a bit more fun and more enjoyable for me personally to drive with the safety system on. Now you don't, oops, close that door. You don't actually get any extra XP for running with safety systems on. At 8:09, it's about time for us to go, guys. All right, everybody is aboard. Let's get the doors open. Actually, we don't open doors until 8:10. So in a few seconds, we'll open the doors. But safety systems are set up and ready. That is all we need to do. Nothing else to do inside except for get the headlights turned on. Today running. And we'll get some wipers on as well. Where are the wipers? I think here are the wipers right here. Parked right, single wipe, and parked left. We'll leave it on parked for now, and we'll turn them on when we start moving. But yeah, same rain effects as the Train Sim World 2. So nothing new there, but new rain effects on the exterior. Lightning and raindrops hitting the ground. And let's go ahead and unlock those doors, starting on the left side. There we go. Alright, just another minute until it's time to go. Still waiting for passengers to deboard and wait for our service time. We'll take a quick walk through, not the entire back area, but at least some of it. And I do believe the sounds have been improved, and we'll hear that once we get going in the front as well. But again, I should remind you guys, this is a early access build. This is not the final build. I do want to thank Dovetail for allowing me to check this out early. But as you can see, there are still some bugs in this version. So hopefully they get them ironed out before it's time to go. All right, green light. It is about time to go. Yes, it is. Perfect. Just in 3 seconds. All right, shut the doors. All right, next stop, Stratford International, Platform 3. Let's go ahead and put it into forward. There we go, and give it some throttle. And let's see, I'm gonna go a full handle 4, and we'll see if we get any wheel slip. We'll go ahead and throw on the wipers now. There we go. And pretty good traction rolling out the station, even on power handle 4. No wheel slip even in the rain. And the train rolling up above us as we go down into the tunnel, the first tunnel. After we go downhill, we're gonna start going uphill. So we're gonna give it some more power to continue with our speed. Speed limit also jumps up here as well. We still got a green light ahead, and we're getting 80 miles per hour here soon. And then going through my absolute favorite tunnel in all of Train Sim World is this one right here, departing out of London St Pancras. Super cool looking, interesting shape. And into the darkness we go. You'll notice some of the lighting effects there as it gets darker. Now personally, I feel like it's a little awkward the way the light changes in the driver's seat here. When you go into the tunnel initially, it's kind of like it gets super bright. It's kind of weird. But coming out, they've done a really good job coming out of the tunnel. I just feel like there needs to be more work done going into the tunnel. Also noticing, as we're driving through this tunnel, I'm still hearing raindrop sounds. I think. It's too dark to see. Let's see. Let's turn off the wipers for a second. Actually, that's not raindrops. That's just cab shake, which I really like. Yeah. Again, if you compare this to the Train Sim World 2 version, they've definitely revamped the sounds in the Javelin, and it sounds much better. I didn't think it sounded horrible before, but it sounds much better than it did originally. Now, 3.6 miles from Stratford. Speed limit is 200, and there is our AWS reset. And also, another thing you may notice, that the lighting inside the tunnel from our headlights are much, much better. So definitely like that. All right, here we go. 200 miles per hour, and it's flashing. That means we have a slowdown to 200 miles per hour. Once we get to the next marker, it'll drop down even lower because it's going to continue descending because it's still blinking. If it's solid, that means that 200 is your hard speed limit. You're gonna stay there. If it's blinking, that means that once you get to that speed limit marker, you're actually going to continue to slow down even after that point. So 160, I got the brakes in, and there it is, that blue and yellow marker. That's our basically our marker to say, hey, this is where we need to be at a certain speed. So now to 100. So I got max brake in just to make sure we get there. Because I have all the safety systems turned on, if I take too long to meet that speed limit when we get to the blue and yellow marker, it will go into an emergency stop. So there it is. So we have to be at 100 by then. We're there. It's not flashing. It's solid. That means we can stay at 100 or below. And we're gonna roll in slowly into Stratford International Platform 3. And I'm good with 80 miles per hour. We can stay right there. And again, it is raining, so we gotta be mindful of that. This is actually my first time since I've been playing Train Sim World 3 in early access. This is actually my first time actually driving in the rain. Get those wipers back on. Oh, look at that, umbrellas! That's pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. So that's actually nice. So when they're under covering, when they're in a station that's covered, they don't have the umbrellas extended. They just have them like that guy right there. Look at that. Even on the same platform, they actually know where it's raining, when they're under cover, and when they're not. That's pretty sweet. I'm glad they did that because I definitely would have complained if they hadn't done it. So rolling up, see how well we can stop on the mark. We're pretty much right on time. 8:18 in the AM. Another train rolling by us. And we'll give it full brakes. And prepare to open up the doors on the right. Red button. And there we go. Welcome to, where are we at again? Stratford International. Alright, it's nasty out there. Doors are shut. And next stop is Ebbsfleet International, Platform 3. I bring in the power back in. There we go, and we're rolling. And into the tunnel we go once again. Departing from Ebbsfleet next. Oh, sorry, departing from Stratford. Next stop, Ebbsfleet. Speed limit jumps up to 225 miles per hour. Or is that kilometers? I can't remember. It's actually kilometers. I'm sorry. 200. Actually, no, wait. All right, so my UI says 135 kilometers an hour, but my actual train says 225. So those are out of sync. But I guess that's the conversion. It will definitely be helpful to turn my wipers off in the tunnel. It's kind of annoying. But yes, again, I actually really enjoy the tunnel lighting, at least with this train. On the old routes, you couldn't see anything in the tunnel. It was super dark, even with your headlights turned to the brightest setting. There's our AWS warning. And now it's much more visibility. Looks much better. I love the texturing now. You can actually appreciate it here on the edges of the train. Sorry, of the tunnel itself. And what's interesting is one thing I was curious about was when coming out of a tunnel, it is different when you are going in sunny day versus a rainy day, a snowy day. So we'll see here. I think this is the longest tunnel we're gonna be in. It's about what, 5-6 miles long. When we come out of it, though, you'll see the the effect that they've made when you come out the tunnel, which they're very proud about. So. All right, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We are almost out of this long tunnel, and you'll see the effect that we get. Very subtle because it's not as bright outside here because it's raining and overcast. But we came shooting out of that freaking tunnel at 217 kilometers per hour. I think that is in kilometers. They're both in kilometers. I was wrong earlier. Let's get the wipers back on. On slow. There we go. Thank you very much. There's a freight train over there on the right. And we're only 8 miles from Ebbsfleet. Here's some traffic. That was a lone train. But we're a lone train too. AWS. Come back on the power just a little bit as we climb. What, that lightning strike struck right on the freaking train. Okay. These lightning strikes are getting out of hand, Dovetail, a little bit. They're like they're too frequent. Like, the chance of being struck by lightning is a very high chance in the train sim world. This is the third lightning strike I've seen like hit within 5 feet of my cab. So yeah, that's a little bit much. But I like the addition, but they're getting a little too close for comfort. I mean, I am in an electric powered train, so I'm not sure if that might fry the system or something. I don't know how lightning affects these type of train. All right, approaching our second stop of Ebbsfleet. You see the 225 is now blinking on the dash. That means that the speed limit is coming up to 225, or coming down to 225. We're already below it, so we don't necessarily need to do anything. Here comes another tunnel. Yeah, that was a pretty awkward transition there in the lighting. But because it's flashing, that means it's going to continue dropping. There it is. Now it's going down to 200. So I'm bringing in lots of brakes because we have a lot of momentum right now. So again, the speed limit is only 225, but it's about to change to 200 when we reach the next blue and yellow sign, or approach signal. There it is. Boom, 200. That was our new speed limit, but it's flashing 160. That means it's going down to 160 by the next signal. And once it gets to the next signal, it'll continue to drop to whatever is the next speed limit, which most likely will be 100. So we're already below 160. I'm just gonna let it coast. There it is, 100, and it's solid. That means that 100 is our next hard speed limit, and it will not go below 100 kilometers per hour. So we'll be on our own after that. We're 1 mile out. Got the brakes in. Once that 100 goes from like a solid square to single digits like that right there, and now we are on the speed limit. It's not going to change until our next, you know, speed limit goes up. Now you'll notice this going into Ebbsfleet. Instead of going up on the right here, which is the way we used to go on Train Sim World 2 on the old route, now we go underneath to the new section, the lower platform of Ebbsfleet International. Now let's get slowed down and get stopped. I'm getting distracted. Oh, I hit emergency on accident. Whoops. Well, we probably need it anyways. Alright, we're gonna probably stop short because I accidentally put it into emergency brakes. And that'll do. We are considered early, 30 seconds early. Alright, shut up. Thank you very much. By the way, to if that happens to you, the way that you reset it is basically just take your power handle, push it all the way forward into emergency, and take it out. And you'll see on your HUD that it's red. So to kind of get it fixed, you go back into emergency and take it out, and it should work in theory. I think because the doors are shut, I can't move anyways, but it should have a white box there and not a red box. But anyways, we are here at Ebbsfleet. We have not a whole. We actually have a whole minute. Let's get out and take a look at this station. This is not a new station, but this is a new part that has been added for the extension of the route. Definitely excited about. Oh, a map. Definitely excited about Train Sim World bringing the idea of route extension. So before, in the old route, you would go St Pancras, Stratford, and then you would make a left turn here at Gravesend, or go to Gravesend and continue to the slower portion of the route all the way to Faversham. Which is, I think if you did the whole route, it took you about an hour, 10 minutes. Now they added this portion, Ebbsfleet International, all the way to Ashford International, which is all high speed. So you only get the Javelin on this route. You won't get the other ones. Now I don't know about these over here. I don't think I've ever gone this way. But yeah, that's what the new stuff is. So this is the lower station. I believe you can take the stairs and go up. We have a little bit of time and go to the upper, possibly. I think. Yeah, I think you can run. No, this goes outside. Oh wait, it does go outside. What the heck? Where am I going? Yeah, we're gonna be late because I'm exploring. I think this is where it ends, most likely. No, there's a world map here. We'll take that. And I'm really exploring now. I've never been out. Wow, look, and okay, so here is a platform 5 and 6. This is the one that goes to Faversham. And this is where we used to stop at on Southeastern high speed. So cool, very, very cool. The fact that they connected that. They could have easily, you know, put us in boundaries like they usually do and not allow us to actually explore that part. But I'm really glad that we can, because I absolutely, you guys know this, I hate being bound to some of the stations and things that they do. Nope, do not give up control. We're gonna go catch this as well. Lots of world maps in here. And we'll see if we can find my way back to my train. I might be lost. Is this my train? I think. Yeah, this is my train. Okay. I couldn't remember. I happen to see you might be a couple minutes late now, but you know what? We're exploring the route for the first time. So we're going to go ahead and shut the doors. It has a low horn and a high horn. And you'll see, actually, let's see, let's do the, we'll reset the emergency one more time. So power handle, and there it is. Now you see it's white. That means we can actually go forward. And want to give it 4 clicks, and we are rolling. Alright, rolling out of Ebbsfleet, our next and final stop is going to be Ashford International, and as you can see on the top left of your screen, it is 31 miles away. There's actually no stops between where we left and where we're going, so yeah, it's 31 miles of route extension. There it is, another Javelin coming by, probably coming from Ashford. But yes, this is actually the first official route extension by Train Sim World 2, and as you can see that first tunnel there, I'm having a bit of an issue where the lighting did not change in the cab of the train, so that's something that needs to be fixed. Hopefully it'll be fixed before the first release build of the sim. You can see now we have the correct lighting. It gets a bit dark as we go through the tunnel, but yes, again, first route extension. I'm super happy about that. I'm not sure how much they're gonna do that in the future. I'm not expecting to see it very often. I think Southeastern High Speed is just such a popular route because Dovetail Games, you know, is UK based, and their fan base is mainly in the UK and in Germany, and so that's the reason why, you know, it's more popular. But yeah, it's cool that they did it. I would love to see them do route extensions on other routes if possible. I feel like every single route has the potential of being extended in some way, because, you know, every route they've done, there's more. They've only done sections of routes of tracks, so it'll be beautiful to see them do some route extensions to other tracks, other trains, other routes as well. But I really like this one. Again, 30 extra miles that we did not get before. And the good news is, if you own Train Sim World 2 and you own the Southeastern High Speed DLC, you will get the Southeastern, you'll get this route for free. The extension will come for free if you buy Train Sim World 3. So with the purchase of Train Sim World 3, you'll automatically be upgraded to the Southeastern High Speed route, the new version. And the same goes with if you already own the Spirit of Steam DLC. Whenever you buy Train Sim World 3, you'll also get that as a free upgrade as well. So definitely glad they're not making you technically re-buy it, but it is kind of repackaged in a new simulator. So, but would love to know you guys' feedback. Definitely drop in the comments what you think of the new route extension, the new lighting, the rain effects, and things like that. Do you think it's worth an upgrade from Train Sim World 2? You are going to get all of your DLC that you had in Train Sim World 2 moved over to Train Sim World 3 for no extra cost. The only downside is that you will not get all the new Train Sim World 3 features and like graphics for your old DLC. So if you were to bring over like a London commuter or one of the rush hour routes over to Train Sim World 3, you're not gonna get the graphic upgrade. It's gonna look the same way it's always looked, except I believe the UI might be changing, and I think the UI is pretty good. I actually personally like the UI changes they made. It works a lot better. It looks a lot more cleaner. It's a lot easier to work with. It's more user friendly. It's everything that they needed for the UI to change. They definitely needed a big upgrade there. But yeah, the good news is you do not have to buy this route again. If you buy Train Sim World 3, you automatically get the route extension. So that's definitely a positive. Honestly, at first, my first thought when I saw that they were including, we're gonna add some brake here because we're going a bit over speed. Speed limit is 2, I think it's 225. But my honest thoughts when I first saw that they were including Southeastern High Speed in the 3 main base game routes for Train Sim World 3, I was like, oh, that's kind of cheap. Like, I feel like they could have gave us 3 completely unique, brand new routes. It feels kind of like, what Train Simulator Classic does every year. They come out with a new, Train Simulator 2021, 22, 19, and every year they come back and basically re-release the same game and just package 3, upgraded routes with it. They're not even new, unique routes most of the time. They're like stuff that already existed. They've just been upgraded, and that's kind of how I felt about Train Sim World 3 originally. But then I jumped onto Southeastern High Speed, which we're doing right now, and was like, you know what? They've actually done a lot more work to this route than I realized. And again, I'm not a British person. I'm not from Europe. I'm not familiar. I can't personally see the small details that someone like maybe you from the UK might actually notice, because you see this train on a day-to-day basis. But I definitely notice enough differences. Oh, tunnel. I definitely notice enough differences in this version versus the old one that I can tell they actually really put a lot more work into this train than I realized. Again, the sound's completely revamped. I don't think they redid the modeling or anything like that in the train, but they did redo the lighting, and when you redo the lighting, it transforms the whole sim. And speaking of that, I'm really curious to know, what is your opinion on the lighting? Do you think it's better, or do you think Train Sim World was better as is? I think everyone's gonna have some very interesting opinions on that. But they've changed a lot of things. It's a completely new timetable as well. Again, you get a whole new section of the route. As you guys who have been following my channel for my Train Sim World content, I'm interested in high speed. So all the smaller commuter trains on this Southeastern High Speed route, I personally wasn't that interested in. I was more interested in the high speed express train routes that go like 50 miles, And so this is perfect for me personally. Now, some people will be more interested in running the other half of the route. Matter of fact, let's show that off real quick. Actually, hold on, we're speeding here. Let's turn. I'm gonna bring our power back as we're going down a 2.1% gradient. This section between Ebbsfleet and Ashford is actually very hilly. I'll add some brakes in. It's very hilly, so there's a lot of gradients going up and down, so you do have to manage your speed, and there's no auto throttle control, so you have to just kind of do it manually. But all right, let's go look at the map. This is the new map for Southeastern High Speed now. Again, before, all we had was this top line. It made a right here and stayed north, going all the way over to, I'm gonna check our, yeah, we're good. Going all the way over to Faversham, which is also really beautiful, by the way. If you have never driven this route at all, this is actually a very beautiful route, in my opinion. But now, we've added this whole section, a lot of track, which is really cool. Now, I don't know if any freight goes down this way. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it yet. But very good route. I like it a lot. It's fun. The dynamic weather, which we're running right now, it makes things kind of unpredictable in a way. The dynamic weather, I started off today at, we left at 8:10, I believe, 8:10 a.m. With dynamic weather turned on. and it started off as a rainstorm. It was lightning, it was storming, it was thundering, and now it looks like it's a bit of a more of a light rain. And you can see the clouds are kind of breaking up. It's a bit brighter outside than it was when we first started. So we're definitely getting some variations. I feel like to really experience the full experience, to experience the full power of dynamic weather, you have to really spend a lot more time in the simulator. And what I mean by that is you have to actually like be on here for like an hour, maybe 2 hours, to really like see the weather patterns change, because they don't change that quickly, right? I don't know how long it'll take us to get to a clear sky day or a partly cloudy, no rain day. I don't know. But we started off with heavy rain precipitation. Now it's light rain and precipitation. It's still very wet outside, but it is lightly raining. Let's slow down here. And into another tunnel. Yeah, I actually really do like the lighting effect coming out the tunnels. It's very well done, I'll say that. Still going into tunnels needs some work, but going out is pretty good. All right, finally approaching Ashford. We're just under 5 miles out, and we are getting hit with the approach signals. So 225. Again, our speed is good as it is right now at 215 kilometers an hour. But it's not a bad idea to stay ahead of it. And there is the blue and yellow marker. And there's 200. So we're not far from it. Gonna give it a little bit of braking there. And idle power. Still getting a light rain. I don't think this rain is gonna let up before we get to where we're going. But I think where we're really gonna see the dynamic weather come into play is gonna be when you kind of do timetable mode and you run multiple services without leaving to the main menu. Like you jump out of one train, hop into another one, do the next service. I think that's where you're really going to see the biggest differences in time in dynamic weather. Or if you're running like a freight service on the Cajon Pass, and it's like a 2-hour drive one way, or you're doing shunting, like situations like that. I think is where you're going to see the biggest changes. Or if you start off on a clear day and it just starts raining later on, but how often the weather changes, it's not super frequent, as I don't think it should be. I think it feels okay right now, but as I play more, I'll give you more of my opinion on that. But I do like the idea. What I would like to see, though, honestly, with the dynamic weather idea, is possibly, like, for example, the weather could be completely different in one city like Ashford versus the weather in London. So what if it's raining in London but it's not raining in Ashford? It's like, it'd be cool, you drive into the station, it's like pouring down raining. Like, that would be really cool. All right, we're approaching a station. Let's get slowed all the way down. I believe there's gonna be some markers that may try to put us into an emergency stop. So I'm just gonna go real nice and slow. There's 100, and there's our warning there. We get slowed down to about 40 or something like that, just to make sure. We're gonna creep in. We are a minute and a half ahead of schedule, so we are right on time. Looking good, and we'll let it coast around there. We are now approaching Ashford International. We're taking platform 6. There we go. All right, here's our stop marker. And looks like we do have a couple people standing outside waiting for the train. I believe this train does continue without us. This is where our route ends. This is where our service ends. And yeah, right on time. Man, that does not happen often. Even with us stopping over in Ebbsfleet doing some exploration, that does not happen often for us to come in somewhere on time. I be very careful. I do not want to get to the end of this scenario and fail due to a red signal. You better stop. You better freaking stop. Oh my god, that was close. I'm over here yelling at my screen. What side is the door on? Right side. Okay. Oh my god. I was gonna be so pissed. Bro, look how close. We there. We basically passed it. Or is that the other? Where's the red signal at? Yeah, that was it. Well, thank you for being lenient. Wow, we were close. Well, guys, welcome to Ashford International. We'll get out and take a look around. Oh, look at that. Oh, isn't that a... Oh, this is my freaking screenshot. Oh, what the It kicked me out. It kicked me out. Oh, man. I was about to get a screenshot for the thumbnail. It's all good. All right, so time taken 42 minutes. About 55 total distance driven. So there it is. It's 55 miles from London to Ashford. Pretty sweet. Wow, I'm actually pretty surprised. This station here in Ashford is actually pretty busy with passengers and with trains. But I hope you guys enjoyed the ride today. So far, I'm really enjoying Train Sim World 3. Would love to know your thoughts, your feedback. And as I always say, remember, you have 3 choices. Give up, give in, give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you. I'll see you guys next time, next video. See you.